So I've been building out a custom AI agent, and in the beginning, every workflow that I created didn't have a consistent, repeatable output, which didn't really make sense because most of the logic of each workflow was in the code of the agent's harness. So this led me to go down a deep rabbit hole just on prompting. And after some research, I was able to update all the workflows that actually have consistent outputs without needing to update a single line of code. So this made me realize that how you write the prompt that's being sent to your LLM actually matters a lot. And typically, an agent's inconsistent behavior comes from a small set of mistakes. So in this video, we'll go through how to fix all these mistakes and show real before and after examples. So I'm gonna pull up some code that I wrote. And basically, it's just a demo project with different eval sets that make real-time model calls with each run, with each given prompt. So we can actually see in real time the difference that these changes are going to make. Also, just a quick sidebar, I would recommend always setting up eval tests just like this before you start iterating on your prompt design, so you can actually see the output changes as you modify your prompts. So here you can see there's two different prompts side by side. And at first glance, they look pretty similar, but one of them did fail the eval set and the other one passed. So pause the video and read through both of these prompts in depth, and let's see if you can figure out what's wrong. So hopefully you have your guess now. Now let's actually run the test. Okay, now let's talk about what's actually happening here. You can see it takes a while because it's making a real Claude API call for both of these. So every time you run this, you do get a different result here. Now, what's happening is there's two different agents, each with two different embedded prompts. So you have one agent using the prompt here on the left and one agent using the prompt on the right. So the one on the left did end up failing. So here you can see the question that's being sent to both of the agents is about a billing dispute. And all billing disputes are supposed to automatically be escalated to a real human and not continue talking to the agent. Here you can see with the first prompt, the agent is actually trying to answer themselves and trying to explain the bill, which no one really wants to hear when they're having a billing issue. And the interesting thing about this prompt, it actually does say escalate all billing disputes. Since there was such hard language around avoid escalating unless absolutely necessary, the agent decided to follow that instruction and not to escalate. So, the first rule for best prompt writing is to avoid strong words like never or don't or critical, and to also not write instructions that are telling the agent to not do something. So this is the key part that was changed in the prompt. If we go down to the second example, this is the new part of that prompt, and you can see that it passed because immediately it starts connecting you to a care specialist, so it is escalating the billing dispute. And all that was really updated with this second prompt was just removing this never instruction and avoid and writing out decision criteria instead. So here the agent was able to accurately make its own decision by the information that's given. Because here it's just a calm instruction of this is the decision of when you should escalate and when you shouldn't. And it's able to evaluate that without having all of this strong words and also saying don't do something without telling it what it should be doing instead. So, in general, when you're telling an agent not to do something without telling it what to do instead, the wrong behavior will start to fill in. So, agents only know what you tell them, and any strong wording like never, avoid, and don't will alter their decision making because those words signal urgency and importance to the agent. And whenever you want to guide the agent to not do something, the best solution is to explain the decision criteria instead, which removes that sense of urgency and allows the model to correctly make a decision on what to do, as you can see in this example. And you might be thinking that telling your agent not to do something has worked for you in the past, but AI agents have also gotten sharper with newer models. So prompts that have worked in the past most likely no longer will. Older models used to just gloss over instructions like this. But current models do tend to follow instructions a lot more literally, and they'd rather abstain than to guess. So that's why when prompts upgrade to new models, things that used to work often break. And just rewording instructions, like we just did in this demo, will usually fix those issues. Now let's look at the second example. Before I run this, I'll show you what I'm actually running. I'll pull up both of the prompts side by side. And here you can see the first prompt and then the second prompt that we're comparing the outputs against. So if you take the time to read through both of them, you can see that they're actually basically saying the same thing. And this one on the left side actually has more detail than the other. So why do you think this is the one that failed? Well, let's take a look at the output and then dive into it. So here you can see the questions being asked to both of the agents. Again, this is still a solutions agent for a phone company, but it's saying, what plan am I on and how much do I pay per month? So here's the output of the first prompt. And you can see that the output isn't really clear. It does get the right answer this time. Other times when I've run this eval set, it actually calculates the wrong answer. So it hasn't really been consistent. But if we scroll down here, for the other prompt, it has a very clear, concise answer and doesn't really confuse the user. So this is what we're looking for in the eval set, just a very clear, definitive answer. And that's why this passed and the other one didn't. One of the criteria in the eval set is having a short 1 to 2 sentence response, and you can see this first one didn't have that. Now let's compare what actually happened here. Here you can see on the right side, everything has clear XML tags that is separating all of the instructions. And also all of the instructions are very short, succinct, and to the point. So all of this additional extraneous information has been taken out. It just tells the agent exactly what information is needed. And the other key part here is this reply section. So it's giving the exact expected output from the agent. And by making those small formatting updates and just cleaning some things up in the prompt, you're able to get this nice repeatable output every time you do talk to this agent. So just to summarize, all that's really happening here is reformatting and then simplifying the prompt. LLMs do respond better to text that is formatted with XML tags, like it is in this example. So I would suggest always formatting your prompts that way. And also make sure to remove anything that Claude knows by default and keep the prompts as lean as possible. That also includes any dynamic data, so things like record IDs or account details, anything that changes from run to run. So none of that should be hard coded into the prompt itself. It should just get injected at runtime by your harness. So all the account data is just injected by saying this is a variable and you're going to pull that information. And lastly, always make sure to declare the exact output that you're expecting from your agent. So you can see in this example, it's done in the reply tag. Depending on your agent and the response that you're looking for, it may be a different tag, but just specify exactly how you're looking for that agent to respond. So when you're iterating on prompt design, it's always best to focus on cleanup first. Usually when something goes wrong, the instinct is to add an instruction that prevents it, which is reasonable, but the problem is all these patches, they start to accumulate. So when you're maintaining an AI agent, months later, you're going to end up having a bunch of additional instructions, and some of them might contradict each other, and newer models want to enforce every single instruction, which will inevitably cause things to break. Now, if there's no way to resolve the issues besides adding a new instruction to your prompt, do it, but make sure it's properly documented. And what I mean by this actually brings us to the next section, which is running audits before any model upgrade. So let's jump into the next demo. This one doesn't have any prompts to compare, so I'm just gonna run it directly. And let's look at what happened. So for some context, this is an audit running against a support agent that has had 8 patches added to it over time. And this audit is going to review every single patch and then see if it's still necessary, if there's any conflicts, if there's anything to update, etc. So let's go through the response here. Here you can see the first 2 are fine. With the first patch, someone just noticed the agent was leaking internal ticket IDs to customers, so they added a rule to stop it. And the second patch, the agent was quoting pricing from its training data instead of the live account record. So that was just another clean fix. Both are specific and both are still relevant, so you would keep those patches. Now, this is where it gets interesting. These patches all have conflicts with other instructions within the prompt. So now you know that there are conflicting instructions, and you're going to want to read through to see which ones to keep, which ones to take out, and which ones to modify. Because if we end up keeping all of these instructions that do contradict each other, it's going to result with inconsistent model behavior because some responses are going to take priority with some instructions and some are going to take priority with the other. And no one can really predict which way it's going to go. Now, if we look down at this patch, you can see an instruction was added based on a bug in the data pipeline. And the bug was fixed, but the instruction wasn't updated after. So as you can see, managing an agent over time can cause issues like this, and implementing audit logs like this can help catch all stale instructions automatically, and also contradicting instructions. So now if we scroll down to the summary of the audit, you can see there's conflicting pairs that need to be updated. There's potentially stale instructions that also need to be updated. And then it's also keeping track of all instructions starting with always or never. This is just a good metric to add into your audit logs because for each of those instructions, you'll want to ask yourself, can I name the specific failure that this instruction prevents? And if yes, then you'll keep it. But if you're not sure, then that should be one of the first things cut because the model will follow it faithfully, whether it's still needed or not. And that's just a quick, short example of how you would run an audit against your agent, just specifically for prompts. Now, that's all the demos that I have, but before we wrap up, I just want to go over general common failure patterns and all of their fixes. So write these down and use them to reevaluate your own prompts. The first one we'll go over is overcaution. And this happens when the model refuses to do something that it's clearly equipped to do. What causes this is having a defensive instruction. So you're telling the agent to avoid certain actions or outcomes, which the agent is now treating as top priority instead of just a guardrail. So to fix this, find that instruction, remove it, and replace it with decision criteria instead. So it explains when to act and when to hold back and why, which is similar to the example in our first demo of this video. Another common failure is having a one-sided trade-off. So the model consistently errs in one direction. So it's either too aggressive or too conservative on a certain judgment call. And this is caused by informing the agent the cost of one choice, but not the cost of the opposite. So the fix for this is actually similar to the last. You should state both outcomes so it actually can weigh that decision and make an educated guess. The next common failure is getting the wrong outputs on anything that has to be computed. So what causes this is asking the model to calculate or generate something deterministic that it should never be doing by hand. So to fix this, just move that work outside the prompt to a tool or directly into the code of the harness, and then pass the result back into the agent. This discipline for writing prompts applies whether you're building a customer service agent, a coding assistant, or anything in between. So test this out with your own prompts and let me know how it goes. The next video in this series dives into creating a verification loop, which is a system that lets Claude check its own work. And this is where your Claude code efficiency starts compounding. So stay tuned for the next one. And if you have any comments or questions on efficient prompting, please write them in the comments below. See you next time.